Okay, so in today's video, we're going to discuss evidence-based HR management, often referred to as evidence-based HR. Evidence-based HR is an approach to managing people and making HR decisions using reliable evidence rather than assumptions, opinions, or intuition like, oh, I think we should do this, I think we should do this. The aim is to improve decision-making by using factual information and proven research to support HR practices. This approach has become increasingly important as organizations seek to make more effective and objective decisions about recruitment, training, performance management, employee well-being. So let's have a look at what we've pulled together for you. So by all means, pause it, have a read. There's an infographic in the VLE if you're studying with us. But what is evidence-based HR? Well, evidence-based HR is the process of making HR decisions based on the best available evidence, rather than solely relying on personal experience or the traditional way, or I think we should do this. HR professionals gather and evaluate evidence before taking action. So the goal is to ensure that decisions are informed, objective, and likely to achieve positive outcomes through repeatable patterns that you can track your incremental gains on. Evidence-based HR helps organizations improve things like employee performance, productivity, engagement, and overall business success. So, for example, you do have multiple, so you've got your multiple sources of evidence that you can go through. You've got qualitative and you've got quantitative. So qualitative and quantitative, we will do a video on it, is you've got your how people feel evidence, so where you collect it, a bit like an employee survey, and then you've got your quantitative data, which is like your sick rate and the number of people, how many days sick have been taken in a month within the organization, and how that compares year on year and stuff like that. So anyway, sources of evidence-based HR. Evidence-based HR typically uses four main sources of evidence. One, which is scientific research. This includes academic studies, professional research findings. These provide evidence about which HR practices are most effective. For example, research may show that structured interviews are more reliable than unstructured interviews when selecting employees. Two is organizational data. This refers to information collected within the organization. So examples might include employee turnover rates, absence records, performance data, employee survey results, recruitment statistics. HR professionals analyze this data to identify trends to support within the sort of decision-making process to ensure that they're doing the best version that they can. Number three is your professional expertise. Professional expertise refers to the knowledge and experience of HR practitioners and managers. So experienced professionals can use judgment alongside evidence to make informed decisions. Evidence-based HR isn't just about the data has to say this before we make a decision. Sometimes you've got to use the best evidence that you've got and make the best judgment that you can. That's where experience comes in. It's impossible to make every evidence-based decision, but you can use evidence to make an informed-based decision. And expertise should support evidence rather than replace it. And then you've got your stakeholder perspectives. So stakeholders include employees, managers, customers, trade unions, other groups affected by HR decisions. Gathering feedback from stakeholders helps organizations understand different viewpoints and ensure decisions meet organizational needs. So this is more your qualitative feedback, evidence that you build and you collate and you pull together and you present that in a way. The evidence-based decision-making process generally follows a structured process, which is step one, identify the problem. Organization identifies workplace issue or challenge. For example, employee turnover may be increasing. Step two, they gather evidence. So all the relevant information is collected from research, organizational data, professional expertise, comparing to industry standards and things like that. Step three is analyze the evidence. So the evidence can be reviewed to identify patterns, causes, or possible solutions. Step four is making decisions. HR professionals select the solution strongly supported by the evidence. And then step five is evaluate the results. After implementation, the results are monitored to determine whether the decision achieved the desired outcome. This allows organizations to continuously improve their HR practices. So for example, if you've got a really high staff turnover and you think, okay, well, maybe we've got an organizational problem, and then it finds out that there's just one manager that's just burning through staff because these people leave managers as opposed to things, then your solution is we're going to work with that one individual to improve how they treat people and stuff like that. And then we're going to see if that improves their statistics and overall general statistics. So the evidence-based HR is important because it helps organizations make more objective and effective decisions. It reduces the risk of decisions being influenced on a personal bias or assumptions. So if you saw, like, for example, people leaving was up and you didn't do that evidence-based seek out to find that out, it was one singular manager, and you implement this overall process of improvement in your view to that, but actually the majority of people are doing it very well, you would see incremental gains. Whereas actually, if you identify the source and you fix the source, you can see substantial gains. The approach can improve employee outcomes, increase organizational performance, and support better use of resources. Evidence-based practice also helps organizations justify HR decisions by factoring in information. So let's go through some of the strengths. One of the strengths of evidence-based HR is that it improves the quality of decision-making. It encourages organizations to use reliable information rather than relying on guesswork and opinions. The approach can also improve organizational performance by identifying HR practices that are proven to work. And evidence-based HR promotes accountability because decisions can be supported with evidence. It does have some limitations. Collecting and analyzing evidence can be time-consuming and expensive. Some organizations can lack access to high-quality data or research, and in addition, different sources of evidence can sometimes provide conflicting recommendations. You also have the ability to be, in the nicest way, there's a level of your objectiveness when it comes to reviewing the data as well. A practical example is if you imagine an organization is experiencing high turnover, instead of assuming employees are leaving because of salary issues, HR professionals would collect data through employee surveys, exit interviews, performance data, and research studies. The evidence may reveal that the lack of career development is the main cause as opposed to salary. The organization could then introduce training and development programs to address the problem, maybe a CIPD qualification. This demonstrates how evidence can lead to more effective HR decisions. So, in conclusion, evidence-based HR is an approach that uses reliable evidence to support human resource decision-making. It combines scientific research, organizational data, professional expertise, and stakeholder perspectives to improve workplace outcomes. And although collecting evidence can require time and resource, the approach helps organizations be more informed, objective, and effective decision-makers. Also lets you target the particular problem and improve it more significantly, in my view. So, what do you think about evidence-based HR? Do you think this is the approach everyone should take? There needs to be an element of truth in everything that you do and develop and speak about? Or do you think that there is a better way and a better approach? Let me know in the comments. Best of luck.